Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. One of the things that I always wanted to do here was I have a lot of relatives and a lot of friends who argue with me, and I got a nephew especially, and he knows who he is. But they argue with me about rights versus reality. Now, there's some reality there that you cannot ignore, but it shouldn't be. All right. Now, one of the problems that these people have is they don't understand their rights. They've not been educated properly on the rights that they, as human beings, possess. One of the things that they don't get is everybody seems to think the government gives you these rights, and it's a little horseshit. It's wrong. Our rights come from God if you're a Christian or a believer in whatever God. If you're an atheist, they come from your innate humanity. But regardless of whatever it is, as a human being, you have these rights. And these rights are enumerated in the Bill of Rights. The right to peacefully assemble, the right to worship God or any God as you choose or choose not to, the right to own a weapon, an arm, okay? They're all there, okay? But the government doesn't give you these rights. They're already there. You have them as a human being. Therefore, the government cannot take them away. I'm going to talk a lot about the Second Amendment because it's the one I know the most about. I'm a huge Second Amendment fan. But getting back to I'm going to use it as an example a lot, but getting back to the original thesis, these people don't know, the subject rather, these people don't know their God-given rights because they think the government, they work for the government controls everything. It's a little horseshit. There's a phrase, of, by, and for. Of the people, by the people, for the people. Our government is unique. It works for us in America. Okay, now, people say, well, you have to do what the government says. No, the government does what we say. We elect a president. We elect our representatives. Our representatives represent us. Okay, any elected official works for us. Okay, anybody who's paid by taxes works for us. We are their employees, or employers. They are our employees. Now, when it comes right down to it, people don't understand that, and they don't want to understand that. Because with freedom comes responsibility, and people don't want to be responsible. I got a lot of relatives that are that way. Now, I'm not saying they're bad people. They're not. They're really good people. But and I hate to use this term because it sounds bad, but it's not. They're ignorant. They're ignorant of their rights. Ignorance is okay because you can still be learned. You can learn. You can be taught. Stupid is where you get into problems. But the point is, every right enumerated in the Bill of Rights is yours. It's yours. Nobody can take it from you. Okay? You have the right to speak your mind. I have the right to speak my mind. You and I may not get along. I may not like what you say. But if somebody tries to shut you up, I'll be there to help you. I got your back. Okay? And I would expect you to do the same for me. Even if you hate what I'm saying. Even if you disbelieve, if you think I'm a dumb, stupid son of a bitch. I have the right to say what I want to say. Alright? Same as you do. If I don't like what you say, I'll help you. You help me, I'll help you. That's the way that works. But the point I'm getting at is, the First Amendment is freedom of speech. And there's more to it than that. I'm going to go into those later. Second Amendment, we have the right to keep and bear arms as people. And then there's a bunch of them. We've got the Fourth Amendment with the right to privacy. The 10th Amendment is one of the most important ones because it says any powers not specifically enumerated to the government falls to the states or the people. So it's kind of a catch-all. People don't understand that either. But here's the other thing. People don't know their God-given rights, and there's a reason they don't know their God-given rights. They're ignorant for a reason. They're made that way on purpose. People who don't know their rights don't know when their rights are being abused. Okay? People who don't know their rights don't know when their rights are being abused. Okay? Now, here's what I'm getting at. For a long time, our education system has gone to shit. And it's gone to shit on purpose because the people who are running our education system are gearing it specifically to become Democrats. They're run by Democrats. That's why you have all this stuff with the colleges. They're not really learning centers anymore. They're indoctrination centers for leftist propaganda. But it starts before that. In grade school, you have schools that we're funneling tons of money into these schools, but the teachers can't discipline the students. Excuse me, they can't pray, they can't thank God, they can't. The children run the place. Schools have become an insane asylum, and the patients, the inmates run the thing, because the teachers can't do anything about it, the administrators can't do anything about it, because it's designed that way. Our children are getting a faulty, fraudulent education. They don't know their God-given rights because intentionally nobody is teaching them their God-given rights. I'm trying not to make this video go too long because my last two have gone really long. This is my third video. So, here's the thing. Your rights come from God. Period. The government can't take them away. And I'm going to go into specific videos as to all the amendments and what the Constitution does. But if you read the Constitution, sit down and read it. Get an actual copy of it. Sit down and read the Constitution. It never says the people have the right to do this. It says the government cannot abridge the right of the people to do this. The government cannot stop people from doing this. The government cannot impede this freedom, blah, blah, blah. It's all limiting the government. The Constitution was written specifically to limit government. Why? Our forefathers fought a war for 2 years against the greatest army in the world. Was the British Army. We fought a war, or our forefathers fought a war against the greatest army in the world for 2 years, specifically because they did not like the government telling them what to do. So, that's why less government is better than more government. Big government people essentially want the government to run their lives. And that's a load of shit. I don't care who you are, that's a load of shit. Everybody and their uncle that I know of wants to be left alone. If you want cradle to grave coddling, if you want to be taken care of, fed, clothed, housed, told what to do, when to eat, when to sleep, when to shit, you may as well be a slave. Okay? You may as well just walk over there and put the shackles on and sit there and wait. Be told what to do. Okay? And believe it or not, under the demon crap philosophy, that's what you're going to get. Okay? The demon craps are still pissed off that the good guys took away their slaves and they're trying to get them back. But they don't just want the black people. They want everyone. They want the only people to have guns to be them. The government, and with them in control of the government. That's what they want. That's why they want to push their gun control agenda. They're trying to eliminate free speech. All these speakers go to these colleges, and they organize riots to shut them down. Invasion of privacy. Right now, Google is selling your data to the government. You own a cell phone. Everything you put on there. I don't care if you're texting with your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your boyfriends and girlfriends, whatever your lifestyle is, none of my business. But everything you put in that thing, they don't have to tap it to understand it. They don't have to have a warrant to tap your phone. They've got everything your phone sends because it goes up to a damn satellite, and they own the satellite. The more electronics you have, the easier it is to get in, and they've got it. It's right there. Okay? They don't need a warrant. And if that's not a blatant invasion of privacy, I don't know what is. That's your Fourth Amendment. Gone. Okay? I hate cell phones. If we didn't live in such a remote area, I wouldn't own one. I take it for emergencies in case I break down or whatever, and it stays in my jacket pocket. Anybody listening to me, they get a heck of a lot of Alex Jones and Rush Limbaugh and Fox News and UFO conspiracy stuff and, Bigfoot documentaries, that kind of thing. That's all they're listening to. And they ain't getting nothing but the inside view of my jacket pocket, which is pretty damn dark. So, and they might get my cigar lighter. But that's about it. At any rate, know your rights. Okay, read the Constitution. It's important that you know that. Okay, because that's the law of the land. Our entire society, our culture, is based on that. If you don't know your rights, you don't know when they're being abused or when they're being violated. Okay, when the cops kick your, they had this thing where this old man was asleep in his bed. The cops kicked his door down. He didn't know who it was. He pulled out a gun and there was a gunfight. He ended up dying. Why? Because the cops got the wrong house. His rights were violated and he died for it. There's demon crap politicians right now promising to take our guns away. Well, the Second Amendment. Everybody says, well, we got to have the Second Amendment because I want to be able to hunt. The Second Amendment has nothing to do with hunting. Jesse Ventura is very famous for saying the Second Amendment has nothing to do with hunting. When it was written, if you didn't hunt or fish, you didn't eat. It was because it's stupid. The Second Amendment has nothing to do with hunting. I mean, I'll say it makes it easier because throwing rocks is hard. But my point is, guns do make hunting easier. But it's not about hunting. Okay. The Second Amendment is there in case the government becomes tyrannical. Our forefathers fought a tyrannical war, a war against tyranny, and they did it for 2 years against England, Great Britain, okay? And they fought it against the greatest army in the world, and when they decided to do the Bill of Rights, and they included the Second Amendment, and there's two parts to that for a reason. I'm going into this too in depth, but the point is, you have the right to own a gun, not for hunting, but for self-defense. And Ted Nugent said another great quote: "You have every right to defend your gift of life, and anybody who will argue that is a blatant idiot." That's not an exact quote, but it's something like that. So anyway, learn your rights. Learn them, because they're yours. You own those rights. The government doesn't give them to you. They're yours by default because you're a human being. And I don't care what color you are. I don't care what gender you are. I don't care where you came from. If you're an American citizen, know your rights. Because if you don't know them, you won't know when they're being taken away. Y'all have yourselves a good day now. God bless.